Hey, this is Reverend Trent, and I was asked to put together a quick training video on how to use ActiveCampaign, some of the basic setup inside of ActiveCampaign, and how to connect it into ClickFunnels so you can do tagging and keeping track of purchases and leads. So that's what this video is. I'm going to show you the tools I use in this, and then we'll go ahead and get started, and hopefully it helps. Thanks. So these are the tools I use. Obviously, it's ActiveCampaign and ClickFunnels. Um, if you click on, we're going to start off with ActiveCampaign, so go ahead and click on that link, or if the person showing this video with you has a link that they should use their links before they use this links. This will give you a 14-day free trial. There should give you a link also. But these are the tools that you see in this campaign. Thanks.
Okay, so when you get on this screen, it gives you a 14-day free trial. So you need to type it in here, and I want to set up an email address. We're going to use this as ActiveCampaign demo from computers.com. Okay, so you start your free trial, and what is the name of my business? I'm going to put in Irving Lyon Consulting. Next step. It's a phone number, 602-448-9676. Next step. What industry is in? This will help you with templates and that type of stuff. I think you guys are doing pictures. You guys do media publishing. You can find something on some employees. And it doesn't matter what really you answer, but it just gives them an idea on how to sell you on the next things here. Okay, so this one here says, what do you want to do? Do you want to send emails? Do you want to do segments of the channels? This here. Again, they're just trying to get an idea of what's best. Because at this point, you're not paying, and so they want to give you the stuff that helps you to get the most bang for the buck and get the most money to think here. I'm going to say, skip this step. Okay, so let me set the password. And take me to my account. Okay, so in here, I have one subscriber 2 minutes ago, and it's myself. Yay! Which is they always subscribe to your own things. That way you know what you're seeing and you don't have to create your own content. Okay, so this is what it looks like on the dashboard here. So over here, as you hit these arrows, it pops out the panes for each thing here. So this is contacts. And under contacts here, so here's the contacts. You have all the accounts, the scoring, the tags, exclusions, list, clean up, tasks, database syncs, and exports. Over here's your campaigns. This is going to take you to all your campaigns. And it's going to come here. Watch it before. We'll come back to that there. This one here is automations. You guys are probably going to do a whole bunch with this tab, automations. And then this is the deals and integrations and all that other type of stuff. But you're basically going to stay mostly between these three ones here. So to begin with, let's do automations, because actually, let's go back to contacts. So we have tags, and a tag is the tag. So if you want to create tags, we can do here. So I'm going to do demo 1, tag, demo 2, and so now we have tags here. And we'll see how many contacts are on the tags and how many automations are tagged to the tag. And you can come in here and you can edit the tag. It just gives you the description. Okay, so we come back here to the home screen here to automations. And this will give you a little video. Basically, when you build out flowcharts like this. All right, so let's get started here. Oh, let's demo. Let me come back out. So let's create an automation. So the very first thing in all automations, these are when people are going to start subscribing from it. They have some defaults. We'll start from scratch. Okay, so the very first thing you do is you have to add a trigger. So a trigger is what's going to kick off this automation. So it's normally subscribes to a list is one. We'll just do subscribe to list. So when someone subscribes to the list, we're going to run this once, multiple times, every week, whatever. So we're going to do it once, and we're going to add a start. Okay, so I'm going to close this here. So now if you look, when everyone gets added to this list here, over there, it's going to run this stuff. We can also add a trigger when someone gets a tag. So if I add a tag to a user, it will also come through this list. Then I tell it what tag I want them to go through. Okay, and I can segment them which person wants to go through. So this will add a start here. So now, once we do really go on. So anytime someone subscribes to any list or target one is done, then we're going to do the next step here. So if this is a abandoned cart sequence, we don't want to send them an email as soon as they start the cart, and so we will add something like a wait here. So under here, we got a wait. We're going to wait for a specific time. We're going to wait for 4 hours. So now any one of these two comes to, we're automatically going to wait 4 hours, and then we'll go to the next action. This next action, again, we could split contacts, if then, all sorts of stuff. We're going to go ahead and send them an email. Here's your contacts. I'm going to see what I'm putting out here. Salesforce. Alright, so you can add rows in Google Sheets. So I want to send them an email. It says I don't have an email, so we're going to create one, which is what we're going to be doing now. So this is your email address I'm just sending from. Okay. And then here's my template. I'm just going to use this template. The subject is okay, this was the template I selected. To build these things out, it's an editor. Right now they have a logo. The hardest part when I was building this out is I can click on the logo. There's nothing over here that allows you to change that logo. It is right here. So you do a new image, and then you add images and folders and so on and so forth. So there's my image. You write emails. Shop now. This will take them. You change the words on this here to something else. This is the welcome. The USA return to cart, so on and so forth. And so this is where you build your stuff here. When you're done, you're going to hit next. And here's your pre-header. It says I don't have a physical address. I'll have to do a physical address with a list. I'm gonna add a new address. Add. Okay, now we got the address. We got our options. If I want to if I want to open up read track automation, we tag this. If I want to track where they do the links, we turn that on. But Google Analytics, if you have that, we can tag that. Reply tracking, that means actually reply to you. You can turn it on. I didn't put reply to, so it's yelling at me. But again, this is just a quick demo to get you up and started. If you want more active campaign training, there's a whole, I do training that's on this here, but I passed my spam. We always want to make sure that you pass the spam thing. So I'm going to say finish. Okay, so now it wants to know what email to send. I have one right here. And we're going to hit save. Okay, so we're going to send this email out when that does that. And once I send out an email, what are we going to do? I was going to send another email. We're actually going to wait. Then I'm going to send another email. So we're going to wait 1 day. And now here's my second email. I'm going to click here. I'm going to send an option, send an email. I'm sending the email, hey, you know, this is the cart's abandoned, you left stuff in there, and so on and so forth. And this is how you build out an email campaign to get all added. If you want to add something in the middle, you just go ahead and you hit the plus button and plug in whatever. There's so many different styles, and we change it all the time. And then you just keep on going and going. But once this is done, a spot that most people forget is in the upper corner here. It says inactive. This will not trigger anything until we make it active. So once it's active, it's now live. And so now once we come back to automations, let's see one automation and it's green, which means it's active. And there's one campaign in here, no goals and no contacts in here. So if I take a contact here, and I'm going to add a tag to it. Tag, zero, tag. I said demo 1. I'm going to save this. And can do that. It's probably below the screen. Let's see if it's saved on that. Okay. Come back to my people. So it's now in demo 1. So now if I come over here to automations, I now have one person in the automation. So if I click on here, because now that demo 1's coming through here, you won't send email for 4 hours, and I might still be recording this in 4 hours, and then I say, look, I have one person queued up at this 4-hour point here. And you click on it, you see the contacts, and at the right here, you'll see the emails that were sent, what opened it, clicked it, so on and so forth. And there's all my contacts that queued up at that point. So that's that. I'm going to go ahead and pause this For a second, I'll come back. You're not going to notice, but we'll go ahead and do that. So if my screen's different when we come back, that's why.
Hey, sorry, I'm back. Had to take care of some other things that pulled me off for the rest of the day. So I'm back today. We're going to pick up where we left off. Good thing is you can see how some of the automations that we set up last time went through, and I'll continue on with showing you how to do the list, how to send single one-off emails, how to then tie this into ClickFunnels, if that's what you're going to use for your autoresponder. I'm going to go ahead and share out my desktop and get started here. Okay, so again, over here on the right-hand side, this is the home screen. I go back through the buttons. Here's the home screens. We have that one contact we sent. If you look, one subscriber. Here's the automations. So this is the automation we built last time. Let me move this all the way down here. Okay, so here's our one automation. If you look, there's one person automation, one campaign. I didn't open it, so 0% open rate and 0 goals set. So if I come in here, last time the person or me was waiting here at 4 hours. Well, I'm no longer there, so we sent an email, and you could view the report for the email. Now we got one. I'm down here waiting 1 day before I send out the next one. So if you view the report, you will see I have 0 opens, and it will tell you what hours people open up the best, so on and so forth, clicks, engagements. I actually have that email. I have the email. I'll have to open it up. So then over here we got list. Last time the list was not there yet. We now have list. So if you come here, this is list. And on list, we could add a list. So there's our master contact. You go to the name, video. You have to give it the website of your page. That way they know where it's going. And then this is just description. Hey, you clicked. Right. So there's the list. You create the list. And then again, we have that tag manager. This is the campaign. We'll come back to that automations. Then we have the tag manager, which I think is moved into contacts now. So in the contacts, here's your tag manager that you could add tags. And those are 2 demo tags, just to pick up on when we left off here. So campaigns is when we send single one-off emails. So I'm going to go to campaigns. So here's how we start. Here's a campaign. It's a follow-up, designer, whatever. So we're going to go ahead and create a campaign. And it says, hey, do you want a standard campaign, which is the one-time email thing? On automation, if you click on this, then it will take you back to the automations tab. If you click on autoresponder, that will take you to the thing. Here's when you can send dates, birthday, so on and so forth. Triggered whenever someone, if you do RSS, I think that's a little bit advanced for the people watching this video. Then you get split test. We're just going to do a standard one-time email. I wants me to rename this one, so test. Okay, so then we're going to hit next. And what do you want to send to? We're going to go ahead and send it for test for video. It says I don't have any contacts. So let me choose this one here. If I was doing automation, I could do test video so it gets the email as soon as it's sent. But because next. Okay, so here's the different templates. You can look at them. Here's a welcome email. Let's go ahead and use this one. So we'll have a generative subject line. You can make your own. The uncomfortable truth about testing. That sounds good. So there's my subject for this email. And here's a design. Again, here's images, blanks, line mix, spaces. If you want to add an image, just drag it over here. And you add an image. You then click on the image. And you can choose an image for it. You can center it, you can right line it, you can left line it. It takes up the whole page. You can move it up and down with the arrow, move it to a different spot, so on and so forth. And these are all drag and drop content blocks. So just pick up and drag and drop them wherever you want to do. And then when I go hit next, then when I hit next, it's going to take me to the summary. So here's a summary. You go ahead and give it yourself some text here. This is the sub. This is the sub email. Okay, and you can send yourself a test email at the bottom. I'm gonna move down this screen here. You can preview it. We're gonna go ahead and close it. Always make sure you pass your spam check. If not, it's gonna end up in the spam bucket and you're not gonna get anywhere. So now here's our summary again. Now we have all those. We have our list. We got all this type of stuff going. So we go ahead and say send now. And it's like, okay, I'm going to send it and it will send out that email to the email address on file and it's done. Then you'll be able to review the report in a little bit and see if anyone's opened your stuff or the next day and so on and so forth. So that's how to do a campaign. Under settings, you're going to need this. So here's the settings section right here. And under settings, it's going to have for developer, it's going to have these webhooks and it's going to have these API access keys. Okay, so we're going to come over here and we go to ClickFunnels. I'm logged into ClickFunnels. If you're using ClickFunnels, go ahead and log in and go to your account settings. And under account settings, this is my account now. So you're going to see the stuff I use it and I use it all the time. So we're going to do integrations. And you'll do add a new integration. And you're going to do active campaign. Okay, here's the integration. This is the nickname, so this would be my active campaign. You paste that API key there, and you paste the API URL right there that we came off from that setting screen. When we add the integration, it will add that. It tells me I already have one set up, so I'm not going to go ahead and do that. And now in your funnels, as you build these funnels here, I'll just pick this one here. So under edit page, on the pages, you'll be able to, like if they opt in and collecting email addresses, you'll come here to settings, integration, then you select the integration, so Active Campaign. And then you select the integration. You can add it to the list, you can add it with a tag, you delete it from this, so you can move this. So you can add to list. And again, this is my other Active Campaign account, so you're not going to see the list that I created, but here's these lists here that I have. And I'll just select the list, and now it's connected. So if someone joins here, it's going to add them to my friend connector list. So that's how that works. Now I'm going to go ahead and remove it so I don't forget and save it. So then if you want to add them to a list, like if they purchase something or do one of those things, under products, I'm going to hit edit here. This is a product I have there. And under follow-up actions, I will turn on a trigger for follow-up actions. I'm going to use my active campaign here, and this will bring you to the same list. So add to list, add to that, remove from list, and remove tag. So we can go ahead and do add to list. And like I said, it gives you the drop downs of the different lists. And then you could save and close it. Okay, so that's how you integrate that into ClickFunnels. If you integrate it into Kajabi, Lead Pages, or any of those other type of tools, it's going to be the same type of theory. You're going to need that API key, which is over here under the developer. It's going to have the UPR and API keys there that you'll use for that. If you integrate this into other things, there's integrations that do, but for most third parties, you're going to use this developer. Hopefully that helps, and hopefully that gives you some things to work with. And if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me. It's Irving Tryon at irvingtryon.com. Thanks.